Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Today I would like to encourage you guys to not entertain football. Every time you are watching or entertaining football and seeing players hurting other players body-to-body contact, there are families at home crying about their loved one getting hurt out there on their field. For every game you get to watch and say, I hope that the Dallas Cowboys lay out their player on the other team out there on the field. I hope players out there on the field, I hope to go home safe and unharmed. As this dangerous sports continue to be entertaining to some, there are professional football players receiving like 900 to 1,500 hits to the head per season. Millions of players, children and adults, risk their lives daily just to win for teams and fans. They, fans and teams, do not think about the fact of the player suffering from pain throughout hit after hit after hit. I have seen personally the pain players seen they have suffered and the pain the families suffer after a football game. Today, I would like to encourage you all not to entertain football. First, I will prove that football causes concussion among many adults and children in football. Second, I will explain why children should not play football. And finally, I will show you why these human beings should not have to suffer during the game of football. The main injury among children and adults in football are concussion. According to the Sport Concussion Institution, football is the most common sport with concussion risk for males, 75% chance. It is a deadly disease that can be developed after a player have taken hits to the head out there on the field. Children should not be able to be a part of such a dangerous sport because it's a risky sport. Their bodies are not fully developed. They are more likely to receive injury quicker than an adult. They should not be able to play football due to the deadly effects that is out there on the field. There is a disease called inherited disease which occurs in football, mainly when a player has received concussion or memory loss, and it is considered very deadly. This is the most reason not to let your child play football, and I'm going to give you guys a brief video on why they should not play football and why there are so many concussions in the NFL.
It's hard to imagine today, but about 100 years ago, boxing was one of the most popular sports in the U.S. More people went to some championship bouts than could fit into any NFL stadium today. But for boxing, it was all downhill from there. There are a lot of reasons why, but one of them is that a lot of people see the sport as barbaric because it causes brain damage.
The most murderous beating a man ever took in the ring, and
after years of getting hit in the head, many boxers develop dementia and depression as part of a disease called dementia pugilistica. Nowadays, dementia pugilistica has a new name, CTE. And it's not just found in boxers, but in increasing numbers of football players, even causing some people to question the future of the NFL. So people have always known that playing tackle football causes injuries. Okay, I'm going to play football and maybe I'm going to break my legs. Maybe I won't be able to run when I'm 50. Players have known that forever. But what we didn't know is that playing tackle football can cause really long-term brain injuries. There's something a lot less sad about a 50-year-old who can't run versus a 50-year-old who can't think.
The things we do to one another. Okay. Hell, I don't know what I'm saying.
it's helmet to helmet.
I can't say it the way I want to say it.
Over the past few years, a number of former players have committed suicide after battling depression. Afterwards, they gave their brains to science, and upon examination, they showed telltale signs of CTE. Scientists don't yet have a way of diagnosing CTE for sure, besides doing an autopsy. So apart from the 50 deceased former players, they can only suspect that hundreds more are living with it right now.
9, 7, 8, 4, 3, 2.
For a while, the NFL was completely repressing research. They were telling players that concussions were a relatively safe type of injury to suffer. But with pressure mounting, the league changed course, settling a class action suit for $765 million and pouring money into CTE research. The issue hasn't gone away at all. The NFL's been trying to solve it, and it seems like they're putting genuine efforts into it, but it just might not be possible. In theory, concussed players are no longer allowed to enter games. They've moved the kickoff 5 yards down the field, so a lot more kickoffs become touchbacks, so you don't have the high-speed impacts happen when the kicking team is trying to cover the kick and tackle a player. They've changed the rules in terms of head-to-head hits. On defense, you can't use your head or your helmet as a weapon. If you're a running back, you also can't leap with your head to hit other players' heads. Those are the easiest things to target. They're kind of the lowest hanging fruit. They can't get rid of concussions entirely, those rule changes. Some concussions happen on the most random incidental plays. I mean, you have these huge, fast guys running at high speed, and so even if you ban specific types of hits, we're still seeing concussions happen with alarming frequency. There's another problem. Even if they got rid of concussions completely, some of the scientists think that subconcussive hits, so even milder type of hits that we might not even notice watching on TV, also lead to CTE over time. They're still trying to figure that out, but if that were true, that would basically mean that the game of football as we know it is fundamentally unsafe. The NFL is more popular than ever. This rule gets over 100 million people, so that's a third of the country watching it. And just on a week-to-week basis, more people watch football than any other sport. It's more popular by an order of magnitude. But lots of parents are worried about the safety of the sport. A lot of people have come out and said they wouldn't let their kids play football because of the health risks.
If I had a son, I would be real leery of him playing.
The number of kids under 16 playing tackle football nationwide seems to be declining. And some state lawmakers have been kids under 14. It's unlikely that people are going to just turn off the TV because they realize it's unethical. It's going to kill football if it dies. It would be parents not letting the next generation of players run this sport.
Got to find a way in this game to help eliminate that play right there, and I don't know how you do it.
At this point, you're probably thinking or saying, football can't be that bad. Millions of people play this sport. And few would think this way until you have a child, like the video said, that has suffered from that injury. You guys should know no human being deserves to be physically hit constantly over and over again. Just like in 2006, a 13-year-old by the name Zach went into a month-long coma for playing football and remained paralyzed on one side of his body. He don't even get a chance to grow up or even experience a life that he once could have had. So today, I hope that this will encourage you to stop entertaining such a dangerous sport. Now, when you consider football to be okay, you will know it's really not. Due to the safety of your child. So now is the time to put in your head that entertainment is not so important to put a child or adult life on the line. Because that child or adult means something to someone. Maybe your warm heart rests on your child, friend, and community. To save a life or a future. Thank you all.